Casey, numbers did finally fall below 100 yesterday, but they've ticked back up into triple digits today.
Yeah, that's right. At least finally we've seen one day in the double digits, David. Yes, up again today, but a sign of things to come, this 94. But sadly, deaths do still remain high in Victoria. On the 7-day average, the numbers of death in the state are still, unfortunately, trending upwards, and there are still nearly 1,000 active infections among residents of aged care across the country. Now, the number of people in hospital is now tumbling down. Hopefully that's a good indication for the week ahead. Victoria's had a day of double digits, but of course New South Wales is still recording double digits as well. Those, unfortunately, though, are the worst numbers that state's recorded in more than 2 weeks. The Sydney CBD cluster is driving much of this. This is clearly a cluster that's had the potential to have spread widely. Some states, like South Australia, had been thinking this week about contemplating commencing the process to reopen border restrictions. Is that now in jeopardy? And some states, like South Australia, may well be watching places like Queensland as well, with its small but still growing local transmission at the moment. Southeast Queensland has the potential to start to look like Sydney if it turns out that a significant number of cases have escaped from those 3 clusters over the past month or so, David.
Casey, there's also more data on the impact this is all having on jobs.
That's right, and it could well have an impact on the borders as well, because of course the Prime Minister is keen to see states lifting those border restrictions as soon as possible. And while Gladys Berejiklian says the smaller states lose out more from having border restrictions in place, that might depend on how you look at it. Victoria is currently lagging every other state and territory in the labour market, according to figures from the Bureau of Statistics. The difference between Victoria and the next lowest state, well, that might be in the order of hundreds of thousands of jobs. And of course, some sectors are hit harder by lockdown than others, arts and recreation being one of them. That sector in Victoria is currently a quarter smaller than usual. We're seeing the same pattern in the jobs market as well. Victoria lagging every other state and territory. New South Wales, by the way, second last in the country. And the other interesting thing in that is that regional jobs appear to be recovering faster. This data from Seek of job listings on that website suggests that regional jobs, job ads are nearly back to the level that they are normally. But metro jobs are down a third. Part of the reason for that is that there are fewer professional services companies in the country, and they've suffered big losses. Of course, we were all in this together, but now increasingly it looks like Australia's recovery is to speed. And David, the big question is, what are the long-term consequences of that?